What to do, what to do. Folks, my name is Luke. This is the Outdoor Gear Review. Welcome for this military surplus overnight adventure. Now, I am in Virginia. I am basically on White Top Mountain. And at the moment, I really have no idea what I am going to do. Originally, my plan was to park roughly 7 miles from here. I was essentially going to hike from Elk Garden all the way to the top of White Top. But when I arrived in the Elk Garden parking lot, it was absolutely packed to the max. Every spot taken. Vehicles were actually parked side by side in the middle of the road. People everywhere. So I decided to turn around. I took SR 600, that is a service road, which goes up to the top of White Top. And so I'm basically at, I don't know, halfway up White Top Mountain. I'm in this gravel parking lot. And this has cut the trip from 7 miles probably to like 1 mile. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I do not know what to do. Let me tell you this much. It feels absolutely amazing here. The temperatures are right around 65 degrees Fahrenheit. It's nice and cool. I can almost say it's cold after a hot summer. So this is what I've decided to do. I'm going to put on my chest rig here, and I'm going to scout this area out. If it's busy, I'm out of here. Go someplace else completely. If it's not, I'll come back, grab the main pack, and begin our backpacking adventure. So let's go. You know, as I'm looking around here, one thing that I'm noticing is that the clouds are building and they're getting dark. Might be a good idea to go ahead, start hiking up to the top of White Top and set up for the night. So here you go. This is the Appalachian Trail. This is heading north. This is the Appalachian Trail headed south. What I'm thinking about doing is hiking all the way up here, up on top of this mountain. Awesome view, especially if we get a thunderstorm. Oh man. Let's throw caution to the wind, folks. Let's go for an adventure. Now, if there's a ton of people at White Top, we can always make our way over to Buzzard's Rock and camp out there. Now, that's more of a bald. I really don't want to camp out on top of a bald, especially if the weather makes a turn for the worst. Essentially, I would become a lightning rod, and I don't want that. To start off, I am going to cover myself with some tick spray. I want to keep them away. I will definitely be hiking through some tall grass. This stuff you spray on your shoes, on your clothes, on your tent. Don't spray it on your skin. It smells like apples. Oh yeah, check this bad boy out. You all voted on the type of gear, the type of adventure, and so on. And you guys shall have your way. Check out this pack right here. This thing is awesome, isn't it? This is the Recon pack from vernostolica.com. It's an external frame pack, extremely large capacity. Right now with my loadout, water and so on, 36 pounds. Most of that weight is the backpack itself. Ooh yeah. This is a really nice pack. There's no reason for a delay, let's go. I've gone about 1/4 of a mile or so, coming out to an opening here. Oh yeah, I remember this. Lucas and I were here. At one point in time, we were sprawled out on the ground eating some energy chocolate. Up there, that's the goal. We came from down there. I'm going to hop off the Appalachian Trail. I'm going to follow this trail, hopefully up to the top of White Top. My hope is that I can make it to the top, get next to the tree line, and set up camp there. What is going to be so awesome about this is that once we're at the top, if a thunderstorm develops within a 100-mile range, we will be able to see the lightning. Okay, well, I thought I was following a trail, not necessarily a road. Huh. We'll see if we can find another trail to hop on. As you can see here, I am following a dirt road, a gravel road. Not really certain where I'm heading to right now. I passed a couple coming down. They were asking me, where does this go? And I told them, I have no idea. I've never taken the road before. I've just hiking the trails alongside of it. They told me that they hiked about half a mile up here, and then there's multiple roads that branch off all over the place. Huh. No idea where we're headed. I love it. Before I get back to the hiking, check out the view so far. Spectacular. Here's an update on the pack. This thing rocks. It's incredibly comfortable, even with 40 pounds worth of gear. Chest rig, yeah, it's awesome. The only thing I dislike about it is all the sweat buildup between it and your body, but that's to be expected. It's beautiful up here, and the temperatures are amazing. It feels so good. 65 degrees down where I parked, only getting cooler as I go up. White Top Mountain guarantees you a cool night's sleep. I'll tell you what, everyone, this is exactly what the lone wolf needs, you know what I mean? The last handful of adventures, I have had somebody with me. I need some lone wolf time. Just me and you all. Now for my tent setup tonight, it's an interesting system. It's a system that I've put together myself. I think you guys are going to like this. It's also a system that you can do very inexpensively. It would be helpful to find some trees for this system, but I can make do without them if I have to. You can tell at one point in time this was likely a parking lot here. They've since blocked it off. They tell you not to park. There used to be an old road that goes up this way, and that would have been for the White Top Folk Festival, which used to take place here in the 1930s. I will tell you all a little bit more about that later on. Some interesting history here. Some good, some bad. Well, this is interesting. There's a fork in the road here. It goes to the right and it goes straight. There's no indication as to where these go. I go with the philosophy that right is right, so let's go right. So you guys can see the broken glass here. This is the lid to the mason jar. I bet you money that people have been drinking moonshine up here. Whew, that stuff is foul. Now the reason why I picked the right road is pretty simple. It's above the left one. So as I go up, I can always make the decision to hop on the left road. And all I have to do is walk downhill. Now with this road, Service Road 600, it does close in the wintertime because as much as 10 feet of snow can pile up here. So with that being said, I don't know if it dead ends or actually connects with another road. No clue. Broke off the road here just to check this out, see what's over here. I saw these trees here. I could use that for part of my shelter, and it's nice and flat. This is not a bad option, not a bad option. Let's keep heading up the road, see what else we have here. Might come back to this, you never know. All right, everyone. Looks like I'm finding old remnants of the folk festival. So here's a concrete foundation of some sort. Wow, this place is cool. It looks like there's little micro trails that branch off all over the place, including going up here. I don't think I'm going to head that direction. I found this spot in the woods that looks like it may be a great place to camp out tonight. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This, my friends, is incredibly nice. Quite a bit of firewood already stacked up. I assume that means that there's a lot of people here fairly often. Yeah, this is not bad at all. It is time to drink some water and to cool down. I'm pretty soaked in sweat. I'm not sure if I can beat this spot. This is like a hidden gem in the woods. I love how things just happen to work out. I like this spot, and I may come back to it. But for now, I'm going to keep on exploring. Let's see what else is out here, shall we? Where does this road go? I've come this far, I can't stop now. Also, the weather's still good. I'm not seeing anything intimidating, so yeah. Let's keep on trucking. So what do we got here? Branches off again, it looks like. 2 more branches. Huh. So we came from that direction. There's a road over here, and there's also a road here. Looks like there might be a trail over here or something. There's a sign that says not to bring your motorcycle out here. So where on earth does this go? Is this an old road? This thing is probably scrambling my brains or relaxing it as I speak. I suppose I will go back up the mountain and continue heading on to the top of White Top. I will follow that gravel road for a while. Not sure where it goes, so we shall see. Back onto the road, it is time to explore some more. It's amazing how different this trip is already. This is not what I planned, not even close. But it's still an adventure. It's still pretty cool. I'm exploring the area, still having fun. That's what it's all about. Well, this is different. So what the heck is this? Okay, so we have all sorts of antenna equipment here. Some sort of facility. I don't see any no trespassing signs or anything like that.
Continuous light with some moderate now as well. Just going to maintain level 310. Level 300 shortly. 44, just going to maintain level 300.
All right, so let's go up to the door, shall we? Let's see if it's unlocked. And it is definitely locked. Oh, this place is in operation. I can hear a machine running inside of there. This facility is used for FAA air traffic control. Wow. Since it's open, might as well just walk around, check it out. Not going to bother anything, not going to disturb anything. Bummer. I was just thinking about lighting up. Let's see what this is. Oh. Oh, shit. Maybe I should get out of here. Okay, well, I'm not going to play up there. All right, well, that was interesting. As it stands now, I think I have a good idea of where all of the roads go. This is the top. The road goes no further. It does go down, and I believe it goes around and connects with the main road that we were on. So, with that being said, it is now time to figure out what am I going to do. Where am I going to camp at? That spot in the woods, I'm not sure if that could be beat. That was a really, really nice spot. It was nice and flat. It was a perfect setup for my shelter system. A nice location to throw up a bear bag. Now the only thing that I have to concern myself with, if people are coming up there to actually split wood, that is one very popular spot. That is something to be concerned of. I definitely don't want to set up camp and at 11 o'clock at night have a bunch of good old boys show up drinking moonshine. Things could escalate rather quickly. There's only so much of drunken foolishness that I can handle. Talking about moonshine, here in the South, everybody was making moonshine, and you didn't want to really drink it. You didn't want to buy moonshine from anybody that you didn't know, because with moonshine, you have to be so careful. It can be made so poorly that it can truly funk you up for the rest of your life. It can make you blind. It can do all sorts of god-awful things to your body. When I was a teenager, it would be common to be like coming out of the grocery store with some groceries to have people approach you and to be like, hey, you want to buy some moonshine? And they would have it in the back of their car. $5 a jar. Never did I buy any. I don't recommend that you do either. My great-grandfather, he would make moonshine. And every once in a while, I would find an old jar of moonshine out in his workshop. Of course, my buddies and I, we knew other people who made it, so if we ever wanted to drink what essentially is table varnish, we could have. Moonshine is some foul stuff. Whew, those were some good old times, I tell you what. My buddies and I, never meaning no harm, just having fun. So I'm back up here at the top, trying to figure out where do I want to camp exactly. I really like that spot in the woods. I think I'm going to choose that. Back into the woods. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to ditch my gear, grab my 64-ounce canteen, head down, fill it up, come back, and get camp going. Okay, so the pack has been ditched over there. Head down and grab some water. I should have gotten water when I was down there, but I really wasn't certain where I was going or what I was going to do. Time to hike down the mountain here, fill up. So this is pretty cool. This is from Catoma, and this is the Bednet system. So it starts off this big. And bam! Just like that, you have a bug net system ready to go. So now the plan is to set up the tarp over the top of this. Give myself full protection just in case it rains tonight. Alright, now it's time for the sleeping mat. This thing is very, very cool. Alright, might as well get ready for the night. Put the sleeping bag inside of the tent. This is a military surplus item as well. This is the United States Marine Corps 3-season sleeping bag. This is good down to roughly 30 degrees, something like that. I have a video on this if you are interested. This is made by Proper International. It is coffee time, folks, so I'm going to get my alcohol stove here ready to go. This is a cool kit. You have the base, you have the pot, and you also have this cup. So in the middle here, you can see there's a hole, which is perfect for your alcohol stove. Then you have these base support legs, which can support your cup or your pot, just like that. I can use the other side of this pot as the lid. Alright, so this is the coffee for this evening. I probably don't need it, but heck, why not, right? So this is from Spain, I believe. This comes from one of our viewers, and I'm incredibly thankful for this. I love trying different coffees from all around the world. Might as well take a second here to go over some information about this area. I think you guys will find this interesting. We are on White Top Mountain. This is the second tallest mountain here in Virginia, next to Mount Rogers. This is 5,518 feet. It is 209 feet shy of Mount Rogers. Right over here where you guys saw the foundation, that was home of the White Top Folk Festival, which I mentioned before. Now, in the 30s, this lasted about 10 years, from like 1930 to 1940. They used to have a festival up here, music, all sorts of stuff like that. And it was very popular amongst very well-off white people. If you were poor and if you were black, you were not permitted to come to this festival, from what I understand. Now, if there happened to be any poor people or any black people here, they were servants. This was extremely popular with the Roosevelts. Eleanor Roosevelt, she came out here all the time to this festival, which I found interesting enough. Even back in the 30s, 20,000 people would come out here and have fun. That's pretty crazy, isn't it? So I want to show off this sheath because, man, this thing is awesome. I'm not sure if I've ever seen craftsmanship this good. I mean, look at the design on that. Look at the details. Look at the edges. Everything is absolutely perfect. As you can see, 2 ways of carry. Oh yeah. I love the attention to detail, including the stamping here on the leather. Now this was made by Yellow Hawk Customs, and wow. Really good job, buddy. That's amazing. Yeah, this guy, he can make a sheath for any knife. All of his work is custom and top-notch. It really is. It's very impressive. I will have a video on this coming up soon. Alright, so I have a little bit of time before it gets dark, and I'm going to wait until it's almost dark to get the fire going. But I have to say that the sweat bees and the flies are driving me insane. They are ferocious up here. So I think I'm going to crawl inside of the shelter here, inside of the bug net, just for a little bit. I know as soon as I get the fire going, they will all disappear, but right now they're driving me bonkers. Even with the bug spray, they're just everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. It is chilly. I laid down for, I don't know, maybe an hour or so, kind of dozed. It was nice and warm inside of the bug mesh, but as soon as I got out, good grief. Oh man. It's amazing to think that fall is right around the corner. I mean, it's almost September, it'll be snowing in October. It is so peaceful and quiet here. The only sound are the flies buzzing by, that's it. There's nothing else. I've got about an hour before it gets dark. I think it's time to go ahead and have dinner. I am starving, and tonight I'm having breakfast for dinner. Biscuits and gravy. Oh yeah, this stuff is pretty darn good. It's a southern thing. If you're not familiar with biscuits and gravy, essentially it's a biscuit that has gravy and sausage on it. What a cool system. I really like this thing. It is heavy, yes, but it's very functional. I tell you what, everyone, it sure is nice to be back on the East Coast again, backpacking, exploring the trails, having lots of rain. I enjoyed Colorado immensely. I had a ton of fun. You know, the main purpose of that trip was the Cathedral Lake hike, overnight trip. I hope you guys enjoyed that adventure. For me, it was like bucket list. Check mark, I got it done. I will remember that forever. And the truth is, I cannot wait to return to Colorado again to do more backpacking. The main point of that trip was the overnight adventure, which I wanted to record and share with you all. The day hikes which we did, that was really just an add-on sort of thing. I wanted to record some videos. I wanted to record the experiences that we were having and share them with you all. That's why those videos weren't very long, and there wasn't very many of them. One reason for that was that Colorado is insanely busy. Insanely busy. Everywhere we went, there was a million people. All the hiking trails, everything was just, I mean, just millions of people. At Cathedral Lake, we probably passed 40 people on that trail as we were going up. Luckily, we had the entire place to ourselves that night. Every trail was like that. So it was very, very difficult to film because every time you walk around a corner, here comes somebody. You would have to grab the camera, move it, put it back, try to film. Here comes someone behind you. Here's someone, I mean, it's pretty insane. It really is. My plan in the morning is to get up early. I'm going to set an alarm for about 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to pack everything up. I'm going to hide my pack in the woods, and I am going to hike to Buzzard Rock, which is a couple of miles away. That way I could watch the sun come up. That is going to be sweet. All right. Here's a backpacking tip. You can use your alcohol for your stove to clean your hands. Disinfect them, disinfect your spoons, utensils, and so on. Multi-purpose. Oh my god. Biscuits and gravy, guys. Oh man. There is nothing better than hiking and backpacking all day, being starving, and that first bite of food. Nothing better than that. It's always so good, isn't it? We had the military overnight adventure with Moose. We had the Cathedral Lake, Colorado trip. We have this military surplus adventure. The next one is going to be an old-fashioned backpacking adventure. I already have the location picked out. Around a year ago, I went to a place on the Appalachian Trail. This was a video. And days after I went, something happened. And I want to show you all what happened. It's very interesting. I think you guys will like it. So, that is coming up soon. Okay, guys. I do have a funny short story to tell you all. Okay, as you notice, I'm almost clean shaven. I got some stubble going on. My son and I, we often have these little contests in the kitchen of the house where we will take, I don't know, a piece of trash, paper towel, whatever, and who could throw it into the bathroom, into the trash can. He's like, okay, I'll get it on the first shot, and you have to shave your face the way that I tell you to. And I was like, you're on, dude. So he just launches this beautiful shot. It goes right into the trash can. So I have to shave my face. So what he tells me to do is basically shave the middle out, okay? Cut everything off from here, but leave the chops and leave the mustache. I did it, and I looked so stupid. I looked so stupid. It was amazing. It's funny, the day after I did that, I was at the mailbox, and one of my neighbors, she's really outspoken. She speaks her mind. She doesn't hold back, and I kind of like that about her. I kind of like people who speak their mind. No bull. I'm talking to her, and she's staring at my face. And I'm like, yeah, what do you think about this? And she's like, you look like a douchebag. Yes, I did. I looked like a douchebag. Yeah, no doubt about it. I had that for a couple of days. Then my son said I could shave off the side because it looks so stupid. I kept the mustache for a week, per the agreement. Done. Now it's growing back. You look like a douchebag. I can't remember the last time someone called me a douchebag. It was probably in high school. Alright everyone, I'm gonna stop talking now. Kick back, enjoy my meal. I'll bring you all back whenever I'm done, got everything cleaned up. I will have to throw up my bear bag somewhere around here. I'll do that before it gets dark though. But yeah, I'll bring you guys back in just a minute. Here's the sun, or is that the sun? Sun? Or is this the sun? That's known as a sun dog. This is actually a pretty rare anomaly. Beautiful, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. Guys and gals, that feels amazing. You know, for the most part, the plan for the night is sit around the fire for an hour or so, then go to bed. That way I can get up before the sunrise. It's amazing that it's August, and it's actually chilly enough to have a fire. It is finally nice and dark. Let's get out here and see some stars. I can tell you all that it is cold up here. Right now it's in the 50s. I want to get back inside of that sleeping bag. So we have a city down here. That may be Damascus going around. A few lights here and there. It's a beautiful night for sure. I think the chance of having some rain or storms tonight is very, very low. It's pretty clear out. Whew. Gosh, it is cold. Check this out, folks. Hello, dear. I was wondering if I would see some eyes looking at me. Alright, well, bedtime. I'm tired. I got the bear bag up, so hopefully we won't have any issues with black bears. There's definitely a lot of black bears up here, as I've seen them before, out this direction. To the tent. Oh man. Did I get you? It's getting pretty close till 10 o'clock. I sat around the fire for a while. Enjoyed that. But yeah, it's definitely time to get some sleep. It's incredibly cool up here. Right now it's, like I said before, it's in the 50s. By morning it'll be in the 40s. It's refreshing, that's for sure. I will bring you all back if something crazy happens. Otherwise, I'll see you all in the morning. Good night. Good morning, everyone. It's 6 a.m. I've been up for, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes or so. Oh, man. Well, I have to say that last night was eventful. And basically what happened is this. I fell asleep nice and quick, you know, sleeping good. And I'd say around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, something like that. I was sleeping pretty good, and I was startled awake by a very loud, not quite a pow sound, but it sounded like there's like a metal bucket, and someone just kicked the hell out of it. And what it was this huge deer that had basically come up right alongside of me here. And it hit the can. It must have been in the woods, or hit the bucket, or whatever it was. It was enjoying its dinner right next to me, but like that sound put me in fight mode. Some people go into flight or fight. I go into fight, and I was wired after that. I thought it was cool, but I have not really been able to go back to sleep. I've just been amped up after that. Because like it scared the living crap out of me. It was right next to me. Pow! Oh man, I thought it was a huge bear or something. Yeah, we should get up and watch the sunrise. Not really certain where the sun's going to be coming up at. Exactly over here, I think. Get up, maybe do a little bit of hiking this morning. That sounds like some fun to me. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I heard that loud noise, right? Pow. And of course I grabbed my headlamp here to kind of look out through the mesh to see what exactly is going on. Well, this flashlight gets very, very bright on the highest setting. And it also gets very, very hot. So hot, in fact, that as I was doing this, it melted the mesh. I didn't even notice it. It melted it there, and it also melted it down here. So I will have to buy a repair kit and fix this up. I will actually make a video on this so I can show you all how it's done. It's fairly easy. There's a number of different ways you can fix the mesh. Kind of makes me sick that I've done that. But yeah, accidents happen. That's how that goes. Alright, well, I'm getting up. I want coffee. I want to watch the sunrise. It's going to be a beautiful morning. Whew, it is a cold morning. It's got to be probably high 40s. It's probably around 48, 49 right now. That breeze, it is absolutely freezing. I wish I had a toboggan, and I wish I had some gloves. Wish I had the legs on my pants. I'm going back up here, get the stove going. It's coffee time, time for some breakfast. Kick back, watch the sun come up. Folks, I wish I had the camera going because I just got back here to the campsite. I had gone up here and gotten my bear bag, and I was going to turn on the camera and kind of walk in and do a cinematic whatever, you know. So I took the bear bag, I throw it in, it hits the ground, and it scares a deer right out of the woods that was sleeping next to my tent. Wow. So there's the bear bag. We will have to call this a night with the deer. What do you think? Man, that deer this morning, it scared the hell out of me. I mean, I thought it was a huge bear coming to rock. Okay, so coffee time, coffee time. I think what I will do is break everything down, put it all up. I'll get my coffee going, then I'm going to stash my pack and do a little bit of hiking. Maybe get out to Buzzard Rock to really watch the sun coming up. Cheers, everyone. Good morning. It is coffee time. I'm finally awake. Man, nothing is better than coffee. Nothing. The sun is coming up. It's over here a good ways, so I can't quite see it yet, but it's definitely coming up. Got somewhat hot breaking down camp. Now I'm cold again. I can't be pleased. I'm going to have breakfast at this bar. I actually have cereal with me. But I want to hike over to Buzzard's Rock before it gets too late into the day. I know the sun coming up from over there would be spectacular. What do you guys think about this chest rig? This is the Hill People chest rig. You can definitely pull it tighter. It's a little bit loose right now. I kind of like it this way. I'm going to finish this up, finish up my coffee, then hit the trail with you all, bring you all back in just a minute. That is cold. Whew. So you guys could see there, look at that. As it stands now, I have water running down into my socks. That's not pleasant. So folks, this is where I'm headed. I'm going to follow this trail all the way over, across this saddle to right there. That is Buzzard's Rock. There's the cell phone tower thing. I'm not certain if that really is a cell phone tower. I mean, it could be for a different carrier. I have Verizon, and my coverage up here is pretty poor. I'm sure one of you all know, what is that thing? Is it a cell phone tower? I've heard that installing cell phone towers is one of the most dangerous jobs, next to doing YouTube videos. Gosh, it is gorgeous up here. Wow. Are you guys ready to see the sun? It's time. I have made it. King of the world. So everybody, that pretty much wraps up this adventure. I'm going to chill here for a little bit, enjoy the sun coming up. Ah, it feels so good. Especially after walking through all that tall grass. It's soaking wet because of the dew. And all of that has like hit my legs and ran down into my sock, into my shoe. So my feet, my legs are kind of cold right now. This feels good. The plan is basically to hike back up to the top of White Top, grab my gear, hike down the road, head to the car, head to the house. I want to take a second here to thank everybody so much for watching this adventure. It truly has been an adventure. Not the adventure that I planned on, but an adventure nonetheless. This, without a doubt, was an adventure. I mean, I had deer sleeping next to me, kicking cans, doing all sorts of weird stuff, scaring me to death. So it's been a lot of fun. Well, now I know where the roads go at White Top. Before, I had no idea. On to the next, everyone. Thank you, viewers. Thank you, Patreon donators. You all are appreciated. Until next time, everyone, take care, strength and honor. I will see you guys soon. Bye, guys.